guys, as always, welcome to Applebee's. All the memes are now merging together. Shazam! I want to get this onto your radar. I don't have a script in front of me. I just want to talk to you for a minute, but I want to get 3 stories onto your radar, and they do matter. They matter for all of our states. Even if these 3 are not your states, they matter for all of us. And I want to talk to you a little bit about Mr. Potato Head and Dr. Seuss. I can't believe we're having to talk about that. Just briefly, going to burn through this pretty quickly today. Buckle up, here we go. Thank you to all of y'all for every thumbs up. I appreciate that. I love comments down below, so sound off. Would love to hear what you have to say. Tomorrow will be the Thursday Buzz, and on Friday is going to be the Spicy of Friday. It's going to be a spicy one, I do hope. Got a bunch of these left. I think 19 or 20 of these left. I think we just did like 36, but I hope y'all are enjoying those specific colors for this channel. So awesome. All right, here we go. And at this point, there's already people saying, get to the point. There was a guy yesterday. No, I'm not getting to the point. I'm going to say something first. There was a guy, I don't have a script. You can't control me. There was a guy yesterday that a video I did last week was 4 minutes and 7 seconds. And he typed out, get to the point. I'm sorry that my free content isn't fast enough for you. All right, it's going to get faster here. Now, 3 states are now pushing through constitutional carry. Iowa, good news coming out of Iowa, good news out of South Carolina, and it looks like Tennessee is going to get, it's headed to the floor. It's already out of committee. It went through committee in 12 hours flat. That's constitutional carry. I want to say this. I know a lot of guys sometimes get upset with the idea of constitutional carry. Like, we have to ask permission. I get it. Can we have one day, I'm begging you, one day to be excited for these 3 states? Tomorrow, we're going to be upset that we have to ask permission for concealed carry. I get it. Now, the press is already fired up and saying that Tennessee is about to become the Wild West. It's not. Not remotely. Be kind of fun if it was. I need more ammo. Tennessee has been talking about this for a while. The governor, Bill Lee, said he is going to sign it if it gets through the floor, and it's headed to the floor. Same with Iowa. I don't know about their governors, but Iowa and South Carolina are both headed towards voting. It's a big deal. Now, even if those aren't your 3 states, it does have implication for everybody. We know that states tend to go in dominoes. Y'all have seen that. Just think about medical marijuana over the last decade. We are going to have all 50 states probably have medical marijuana within just a number of years, single digit years. It's coming. And I also want to say, so I just want to say 2 things. One, it does have implications for your state. This is the temperature of the country. 2, I want to say a shout out to the states that are behind enemy lines. I never like forgetting about y'all when I'm pumping my fist and begging y'all to give me one day to celebrate. Shout out to California. I know what y'all are dealing with. Massachusetts, Jersey, Connecticut, New York. We don't forget about y'all. Vermont, a lot of different states. So that's kind of a tough one for y'all. And then finally, maybe there's a third one on here before we jump over to the potato head. I feel like all of this stuff that is moving right now, maybe this is a good question of the day for y'all, is a positioning on the state level for what we know is coming on the national level. There's already pundits today because of Tennessee, South Carolina, and Iowa that are at the White House. They're hitting on social media, hollering at the White House, hey, at White House, when are you going to get your stuff together and fight this stuff? Because they're wanting all of this stuff, all of it, off the street. So I think part of what we're seeing right now is a positioning by multiple states. That's where I'm at. Up next, I want to talk to you a little bit about Mr. Potato Head, a bunch of y'all, and this is so silly. Like, it's so silly, but so many of y'all have asked me about it. I told the podcast, I think the podcast will go live tomorrow, I think. But I told the podcast crew, and then I think maybe the Patreon crew, that it's just to the point, my goodness. What, like, can we have anything? Like, is there anything left? I remember years ago when they took away the Dukes of Hazzard. Like, all right, okay, great. Okay, it's over. Not great, but I'm mad. A little bit mad at that one. But I remember just being baffled that they would take the Dukes from us. How could you take the Dukes from us? Got Boss Hogg, Flash, Velvet Ears. I'm at the point now, and I told folks on the network, the Warrior Poet Network, that, and I don't want to, the reason I mentioned that I told these folks and told that folks, I know sometimes you're hearing repetitive information or repetitive thoughts. I told the network folks the other day that it's like everything that Andy Griffith stood for has now been taken away. And you are now a liability to our society if you were anything that Andy Griffith stood for. I won't go through it all. You should already know this, but the guy stood on a very moral ground of trying to teach an ethical, moral lesson to society. He was about, Sheriff Taylor was about teaching his son and about doing the right thing and telling the truth and owning to your mistakes and being a flawed person, yet still loving this country and loving who he is as a person and loving who we are as a culture. And it was okay. He took his son to church on Sunday mornings. He lived with Aunt B and was good and sweet to her and was all about protecting his community. He did it with words. He very rarely went over and grabbed a shotgun. A few times. Barney had his one bullet. That's a whole different story. But even the way he treated Otis. Otis was an addict. And if you haven't seen that show, shame on you. But Otis was a town drunk. And Andy treated him with respect and treated him in a really merciful way. And we don't have mercy anymore. And I find myself now just, it's not just appalled. I'm not a Karen. Oh, I'm so upset and so angry. It makes me want to talk like this. I'm just at the point now, good golly, Dr. Seuss, Dr. Seuss as well. Say it ain't so. Is there a breaking point, a tipping point, a stopping point? I'm getting fed up. Mr. Potato Head, holy moly, of all things to go after. And I realize it's such a small sliver of nitwits, nimrods, morons, ding-dongs, and idiots. Very small sliver that have the microphones and that are the ones that push this agenda. I think the average human, and we've said this a million times on this channel, the average American is in the middle. I think middle America is fed the bleep up. Mr. Potato Head. You uncultured swine. Good news coming out of 3 different states. I'm pumped about that. The rest of it, good golly. Homework assignment. Go watch an Andy Griffith episode. I'll be back tomorrow for The Buzz and then on Friday for Spicy Friday. I love each of you. To anyone that is against us or our way of life or my culture. My culture. I'm proud of my culture. I am. I'm embarrassed by my culture in many ways as well. We're a bunch of yeehaw, yee rednecks. 30-round clipazines from my cold, dead hands. Bye.